So why is it that no one on the internet really talks about what it takes to actually become a young and professional? People might give you tips on what to do once you get there, but no one's really giving you actual tips on what to actually do. If you're interested in becoming a young professional and you want to know step by step exactly how to get there and what to expect, then keep watching this video. Okay, let's get straight into it. Step one, if you want to become a young professional, then the very first thing you need to do is get your resume together. Getting a good or having a strong resume will pretty much put you in the position that you need to be in order to be able to get the job that you're looking for, so you can be in this young professional category. When I first started applying for jobs, I got really frustrated because I felt like, I'm applying for all these jobs. I probably applied for at least like 40 to 50 jobs. And I felt like I wasn't getting any responses, and I was just like, man, I really want to have a nice job, nice career, but nothing was really coming through. And it wasn't until I talked to someone in my family that made me realize that my resume just wasn't up to par. So if you don't have a strong resume or you don't know how to format it right for what people are looking for, then you definitely need to get that squared away before you do anything else that I'm about to say. Now, once you got your resume together, then you can start doing some other things. But if you still need to get your resume strong, then I would highly suggest maybe Googling that or looking up some different places to get a good resume, or maybe get somebody to help you out with your resume. I haven't done a video about it yet, so I'm going to have to recommend you to other people. Maybe when I actually have a video made about this topic, I will link it up here somewhere. Now, a good place to start applying for jobs would be on usajobs.gov. That's the place that I apply for most of my jobs for. That's how I got the one that I have now. And if I can do it, you can too. Now, one thing that did help when I was doing all this applying was the fact that I already had my resume ready. And one of the main things it does whenever you first start applying is ask for you to be able to fill out all these resume questions. And you really can just kind of copy each block on your resume and put it to the blocks on the resume on the website. Cool thing about it is once you upload it the first time, you don't have to keep copying and pasting. You can just kind of apply your resume with those jobs and just kind of wait for them to contact you. Now, once you start actually applying to jobs, make sure you are maintaining the job or the way however you're making income now. Make sure you maintain that, because just because you start applying doesn't mean that now you should start making room for a job in your life like that. You have to still be able to make sure you're paying the bills or have a way to pay the bills. Or if you don't have a way to pay the bills right now, make sure you have a side hustle until the job that you're applying for right now comes through. Now, if you have a good resume and you've been applying at the USA Jobs, what's going to start happening is people are going to start contacting you, or automated systems are going to start contacting you, letting you know that your application and your resume and everything is starting to be referred to the hiring manager, or whoever it was that actually made the job posting. Once again, this doesn't mean that you have a job yet or you're being offered anything. It just means that they're referring you, and you at least made it past the system, or what I call like the algorithm, for being able to at least be in the pool of the people being possibly interviewed for this job. Now, once your resume or your application has gotten referred, that means it's gotten past the machine or the algorithm, and now there's actually finally human eyeballs actually checking out your resume. And if whoever's looking at your resume actually likes what they see on your resume, then they'll contact you about possibly setting up an interview, which is where you want to be. Once you get to this stage, things are definitely getting a little better for you. Still not serious, but at least you're on the right track. And by the way, don't be surprised if this takes like somewhere around 2 months just to even get to this stage. The government is slow. Don't know why. Now look, once you get the interview set up and they've talked to you and they're actually have you on the phone, or if it's in person, however it's going, don't try to like oversell yourself. Like, don't try to like build up like this huge expectation of what you can deliver for the company. Just answer the best you can. Be yourself, be calm, relax, and just talk to these people like they're normal people. Because when it's all said and done, they are normal. Just because they're your hiring person or someone trying to interview you doesn't mean that you have to try to make it seem like you're the best thing since sliced bread. Just keep it real, show them that you have the knowledge to do your job, and everything should be good to go. Now, once you're done your interview, you should feel pretty good about yourself, because, hey, a lot of people don't even get this far. A lot of people don't even get responses to even get an interview set up. So it's okay to tell yourself you're doing a good job, but don't stop there. What you should be looking for after that is, well, two things. One, there may be another interview, because maybe that was just kind of like the preliminary or like the beginning interview to set you up for another interview. But once you get past all the interviews, then that's when you start looking out for what's called the tentative offer. Now, this is the part where a lot of people can still mess up. The tentative offer is a great thing, but not the best thing. It's great because what they're telling you in a tentative offer is that, hey, we like the interview, we like the things that we heard about you, and we think you would be a great fit for the job. So we want to offer you the job. But there's still one last thing we got to do, which is the good old background check. And then if you pass the background check, you can get an actual official offer. Now, if you're one of those people who hasn't had the best background, if you got in a little bit of trouble when you were younger, you know, whenever you do this background check and whenever you're answering these questions and doing the fingerprinting and all that stuff, just be as honest as possible. Because what you don't want to do is lie during your background check and then have something in your background pop up when you actually get the job, and then you lose the job for something stupid like dishonesty and whatever. You never know. There's a lot of people who have been given second chances who have made it into the government, and a lot of them understand, you know, the difference between someone who deserves another chance and who's really trying hard, and someone who really, you know, doesn't. You know, if you're an axe murderer, then they're probably not going to give you the job. Okay, now once you finally pass the interviews, background checks, you've done the list of items that they probably gave you in the email to knock out, and there's usually like a timestamp on how much time you have in order to get those things knocked out. Make sure you get them all done, or as much as you can all done, and communicate as much as you can with HR or whoever is actually communicating with you. Tell them where you are in the process. If there's anything kind of hanging you up, tell them, hey, this is what's hanging me up, and I'm trying to figure out how do I get this solved, or does this need to be done right now? Because there may be some items that they know that you're not going to be able to do on your own, and they know it's things that on the back end that they have to do, so they can kind of like expedite you through the process. Like, hey, don't worry about block C and D, just get A, B, and E done. But what I'm trying to say is, once you get all that stuff done, then you can officially be happy and get ready to move on to a whole new life, because now you're going to be given the official offer. And what's going to come with that official offer is they're going to ask you, when do you want to start? And they more than likely going to give you like 2 different dates, usually maybe like 2 weeks out or maybe a month out from the current date of them sending you the offer. Oh, and they're also going to start you during a pay period, so they're not going to just like have you jump in the middle. And then that's about it. Now you can officially call yourself a young professional, because you got the job, you figured out how to do it, you use the steps that I gave you in this guide, and now you're on to changing your life and doing bigger and better things, just like I am right now. Keep in mind, this entire process can take like a while. Like for me, it was about 6 months. I applied in like June 2023, and I officially got the job in December 2023. So it took a while. It was very frustrating. It was also one of those things that I kind of kept from my friends and family for a while before I waited until I got the tentative offer. I'm not gonna lie, got the tentative offer. I kind of let it slip to like 1 or 2 people just because I couldn't hold it in anymore. But then when I got the official offer, it was real. I told my family. I got up out of there, and now I'm here in Washington, D.C., living my best life, making videos for you guys about my new life. Now, hopefully this video helps, because I made it because I want to really help you guys be able to change your life, because as I'm learning things and I'm growing in my life, I don't understand why I didn't know some of these things earlier that I know now, and I just kind of wish that someone would have told me. So I'm just passing along the knowledge. If you guys have any questions about what it takes to become a young professional, and you want to be able to work in the government and be able to do some of the things that people do out here, then feel free to message me on like Instagram or social media, whatever, Facebook, and I'll fill you in on whatever you want to know to the best of my ability. Until then, look out for the next video, and I gotta get back to work. Peace.